everybody, and welcome back to another JA Diecast video. For today's video, I have done something, done something that I've been wanting to do for a while and wanting to make for a while. But I wanted to wait till right around Christmas, right around the holidays, towards the end of the year to do this. And pretty much what I have done is I have made a list, just a small list of cars, tracks, and different things that I would like to see iRacing add for the new year in right around 10 days in 2021. Just like I said, just a couple things, not a huge list. I could go on and on for hours about what I would like them to do. Some new stuff. So here is my iRacing wish list for 2021. As you can see, a little disclaimer here, I do not own any of these pictures used. I just found them off of Google. So credit to all the owners. And before we get into it, just want to say thank you guys for watching. And this won't be the last video of the year, but I do want to thank you guys for all the likes, the comments, and of course subscribing. It means a lot. It helps a lot. I do appreciate every single one of you that interacts with me. That's the best part of it, honestly, is being able to interact and talk to different people about this stuff. So thank you for this year, and I'm looking forward to next year. I can't wait. I've got some big stuff coming, some big stuff planned. Going to be hopefully a lot more race vlogs, but that's still kind of up in the air with everything going on in the world right now. But if everything goes to plan, I will be going to quite a few races, so there will be race vlogs for those, and so there's some other stuff as well. But thank you guys for this year. Looking forward to next year. Hopefully you enjoy this video, and like I said, the best part about this is interacting with you guys. So I would love if you guys could comment your wish list for 2021, tracks, cars that you would like to see, and just let me know. I think that would be really cool, and who knows, maybe iRacing or somebody that works for iRacing will see it, and some of it might get put in the works, so you never know. So that being said, let's get into it. This list is compiled, like I said, just a short list, because I could have gone on all day. Or no, I could have gone on all day, but probably longer. But it's got 3 oval tracks, 2 dirt tracks, 1 new car, 1 new series, and 1 new weather option. No road courses, just because I don't know much about road courses and road course racing. Outside of NASCAR, I only know the NASCAR tracks. I mean, obviously I can name some other ones, but in terms of what's on iRacing, I don't know what's here and what's not there, so I didn't really do road courses. But yeah, 3 oval tracks, 2 dirt tracks, new car, new series, and 1 new weather option. The first oval, keep in mind I am a New England guy from New Hampshire, so a lot of these tracks are in the New England area. But the first one is Riverside Raceway, which is located in Riverhead, New York. It's as you can see here, the image on the right is a Google Maps view of the track, and the image on the left is the Whelen Modifieds there. I personally, I love short tracks, so I think adding more short tracks to iRacing would be awesome, especially some that the modifieds go to, because I'm a big modified fan, but never been here. It is something I want to do. You can run anything here, as you can on iRacing, but in real life, late models, legends, modifieds, obviously, and they all run there, so you can do that too. Different series can run here, so it wouldn't just be the modifieds. And another cool thing about this track, as you can see in both images, but better in the one on the right, this track does have a figure 8 layout, so that would be pretty cool. to have on iRacing. As far as I know, there's only one track that has a figure eight. So, adding a second one might not hurt. Might be kind of a cool thing. They could probably do a nice Week 13 thing with the figure eight tracks. So, Riverside Raceway in Riverhead, New York is number one. They're not listed in any order, but it is the first one that I have. The second oval track is White Mountain Motorsports Park. And this one is in Woodstock, New Hampshire, my home state. The modifieds went here a couple times this past season, and it's a beautiful track, beautiful facility. I couldn't really find a picture of the whole track, so I got one here. As you can see, turn 3 and beyond in the middle. Then the picture on the left is turns 1 and 2, and then on the right you got the cars lined up around the front stretch. And it's a good looking track, like I said, good facility. Like I said, modifieds went here this past season. As you can see on the right, the late models for the American Canadian Tour. On the left, you can see the Legends cars. So they also have pro trucks and things like that. So same thing, you can run different series here. And another short track. And I'm, like I said, New England guy from New Hampshire, so having another New Hampshire track would be awesome. But it's just a cool track. Now we're going to do the third one, and you can't really have a iRacing NASCAR wish list without Bowman Gray Stadium. You just can't do it. This track is old. It's got just a lot of drama and a lot of just stuff to it. And I think if you put this on iRacing, it would be some sort of show. This one located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and it's, like I said, just a very historical track. There's a lot of drama, a lot of tension, and just a lot of interesting events have taken place here. So you can see a really small track. You can run anything here. Once again, as you can see, the pictures have the modifieds in them. You can run late models. They used to run ARCA here. They would probably end up putting Xfinity cars here, I would imagine. But I think Bowman Gray would just be an awesome addition to iRacing. I think it would be very popular amongst the NASCAR people on iRacing. I would love to see it, and hopefully someday soon. I'm not sure if they have talked about it or thought about it at all, but hopefully someday in the future they do add it. Now the first dirt track, Devil's Bowl Speedway. Now this one is located in West Haven, Vermont, so just one state over from me, and they've been doing pretty good about adding dirt tracks. Recently they added Weed Sport, and most recently was Cedar Lake. But they have done a fair, I think before that it was not Fairbury, Lernerville. It was Lernerville. Then it might have been Fairbury before that, but they've added a lot of dirt tracks recently, which is good to see. I had to choose between Bear Ridge, which is another one in Vermont close to me, or Devil's Bowl. And as much as I would love to have Bear Ridge, Devil's Bowl has more of a reputation. So I had to go with Devil's Bowl because it's more realistic. Especially with the new addition of the big block. I think this would be an awesome track to go to. It doesn't have walls in the corner, but on the straightaways it does. So you can run sprint cars, dirt street stocks, UMP mods, big block mods, late models, midgets. You can run it all here. So I think it would be a really cool track to have. And you can't go wrong. And the second dirt track, much more well known than Devil's Bowl, Port Royal. And this one's located in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. This one is on the World of Outlaws schedule, and they visit it multiple times, so that's why I said it has a much larger reputation. Good looking track. Never been here, but I do think it would be cool. Same thing as every other track on the list. You can add just about anything to it in terms of what you want to race there. You can do it under the lights or during the day, which I think would be cool. There's a lot of other tracks that I wish were scanned more recently because of that. Stafford's one that does come to mind. It has lights now, but when it scanned, it didn't, so you can't really run at night, which would be cool, but you can do both here, depending on what you want to do. So Port Royal is the second dirt track on the list. Now, the one new car that I'd love to see, oh no, I didn't, I did the weather first, and I think rain would be cool. So let me discuss rain a little bit. You could do it anytime during the road course series. I've never played an F1 video game, but I've seen YouTubers play it, and they have like a pre-race when you're picking your strategy, the weather, and I think if they did something like that, where however long the race is and they showed you when it was, I think having to choose, rain tires and strategy would be awesome. Now, of course, that would bring in a whole new tire model, a whole new track state, and obviously new visuals and a whole bunch of other stuff that I probably can't even think of that they would have to go through. But I think adding it would be awesome, and I think they've talked about it before. So there's a chance, I don't know when it'll happen, if it does at all, but I think they've talked about it. It would be cool if it did. And on the NASCAR side of it, I would like to see it, but not necessarily for official races. You can't really add a rain possibility to a 40-lap truck race. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it would be fun. But what I do think would be cool is when you have leagues or hosted races on ovals, if the admin or host just clicks dynamic weather, and it stays dynamic, but it randomizes the weather as well, so there's a possibility of rain whenever. And hosted races and league races are usually longer, so I think if you add the possibility of rain at an oval race that is more than 100 laps more so, would be awesome. I don't think you can do it when the race is an official race and short, but if that's a longer race, I think it would be cool. Especially there was a couple rain road courses this year, and everybody was talking about rain tires. I don't think there's any time like the present to make this happen, so I'm hoping that there's some sort of rain introduced. If it starts with the road course, I think that's the best place. And then who knows, maybe one day the league setting will happen like I just talked about. Now, the new car that I would like to see is the Super Modified. There is a ISMA, which is the official organization or association of the Super Modified, and there are also, kind of like the big blocks, sprint cars, and a lot of the other cars out there, there is a lower, less horsepower version. So I think it would be kind of cool if they added at least one, if not both. And they would probably do something similar like they did with the big blocks, where the lower one is fixed and the higher horsepower is open. But these things, if you've never seen them, they fly. They kind of look like a sprint car with the big wing, and then the front kind of looks like an F1 car. So they're really interesting. They got the tires of a modified. They're awesome. What I was going to say, if you've never seen them, like I said, they absolutely fly. The wing moves up and down depending on where you are on the track and the wind and everything. They're loud, and I think these would be wicked cool to have on iRacing. Obviously, we have the Whelen modifieds and the SK mods, but these are a whole different thing, whole different fan base. So I think it would bring new people in. I think there's a lot of people on the system right now that know about them and are fans of them, so it would also you'd also already have a fan base there. So I think the ISMA Supermods would be cool to see. Now the last thing is probably the most far-fetched thing that I have on the list, but it is one that I really do hope to see, and that is a winter series for sprint cars. I don't know how it is everywhere, but I know up here in the Northeast, when winter comes around and the lakes freeze over, people still go out and race their cars. Sometimes it's on frozen lakes, sometimes it's on snowed over and maintained snow ovals, sometimes they pack down the snow on the dirt track. I think that would be awesome. If iRacing somehow found a way to just build a random snow track, snow dirt track, or frozen lake, doesn't have to be based off anywhere, just a random one, give it a random name, or just call it an actual lake, but it doesn't have to be based off anything, just different shape, different sizes, and put the sprint car on it. I think that would be the coolest thing iRacing has ever done. Maybe that's just me being from the Northeast, so let me know what you guys think, but they really could do it, because like I said, they wouldn't have to get rights from anywhere. It would be probably funded by them, which would be the toughest part, but I think it would be awesome. And like I said, winter series, so you'd run it from maybe like mid-November, end of November, whenever that season ends, to like late March, early April. You can, obviously you would still have the regular dirt, but you would have this as an option. Even if it's just unofficial stuff, I would run it every day. I mean, this would just be so cool. And like I said, they got frozen lakes, snow tracks, snow dirt tracks, so they would have plenty of different ideas to choose from. They could pretty much build them however they wanted to, however long, however big, however wide, however banked. They could do what they wanted to, because as far as I know, there's no official tracks. There's just lakes or wherever that they go. So I think this would be wicked cool, but let me know what you guys think. And that just about concludes my 2021 iRacing wish list. Let me know what you guys think of the Tracks Cars series that I named. Let me know your opinions on it, and let me know what you would like to see iRacing add next year. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. It was something different. First time I've done this, but I'll probably do it again next year, because like I said, I could go on for days, but I gotta space it out over time. So next December, whenever I upload it, hopefully some of these will have been added. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Let me know what your wish list is. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.